Good afternoon. Welcome to Gary Berry Stadium. Today, it's soccer on the pitch. The Woodland Park Panthers and the Mitchell Marauders. Barry Reed, Walter Johnson, ready to step in and bring you all the action. The 2-7 Woodland Park Panthers and head coach Andrew Papadakis against the 6-4 Mitchell Marauders, who were perfect in league at 4-0 under head coach Brett Humphreys. And partner, we were just talking before we came to air that if Mitchell wins tonight, they win the league outright because they've already beat Harrison. They have the tiebreaker. They've already beaten Widefield. The next up is Mesa Ridge, who is 2 games behind.
Right.
And so Mitchell would need to lose tonight and then lose to Mesa. I believe that game is on the 8th of October.
Yeah.
And then Mesa would be champions going into the pool play crossover tournament that these teams take part in at the end of next week. Talked to both coaches, and Woodland Park, what you see on the field in the green and white is the only team. There is no freshman team, no JV. It's all varsity. But this is a club that is on the upswing. They've already doubled the number of victories with 2 from last year. Then the one thing that Andy Papadakis was most proud of his crew for, they're keeping scores closer. They haven't been mercied yet, which is big, and just in the way of building a program. Now steal by the Marauders as Woodland Park was working it back. This one will get pushed back to Brian Cosgrove, the goalie. There you see him picking up the ball back beyond the net. And in goal is Jesus Santos for the Mitchell Marauders, a 6'1", 170-pound senior. But again, Mitchell won the regular season league title and then came in second in the crossover tournament to Widefield en route to the state tournament last year.
And off to another good start this year, and hopefully this year we'll go just a little bit further than we did last year.
Talking with the Mitchell coaching staff, they want to keep their foot on the gas, and they want to win out so they get one of the top seeds in that pool draw tournament.
Sometimes people don't think the seedings mean much, Barry, and sometimes they don't, but more times than not, seeding is going to determine how far you can advance in any tournament.
Stolen away and nearly a dangerous high kick, but Woodland Park, now they'll cycle it back. A very young Woodland Park team.
Looking over at the East Stands, partner, we do have some brave souls out here today because it's a little nippy today. It's not a Chamber of Commerce day, believe me.
Don't let the bright sunshine fool you. If you've been around Colorado for very long, it's cold out there, and you see the sleeves on these players during some of the close-ups. It is breezy. The wind we did not have for Palmer and Doherty is blowing in force briskly today as a front is moving through, and they are calling for the possibility of some moisture. This is the first event of a double-header day as we have homecoming for the Doherty Spartans football team coming your way following the soccer game. So we invite you to stick around for that as Doherty takes on the Rock Canyon Jaguars from the Castle Rock area. Looking for their fifth win on the season.
Looking forward to seeing those Spartans, Barry. I've heard a lot of good things about how they're playing football this year. Looking forward to that one.
They feature the state's leading running back in Zach Young, just under 1,100 yards through 5 games. Mitchell works it all the way back. Now they'll bring it across the pitch and dump it down into the center.
Go, Louise.
And coming out to gather it in will be Cosgrove.
If you ever had a chance to visit Woodland Park High School up on the mountain there, Barry,
early in my broadcasting career, I got a chance to go up there, and it was a bit of a chilly night this time of year.
You know, every time I go to Woodland Park, it's a bit of a chilly night. they can keep some cold weather out there.
Mitchell doing a great job fending off double teams, triple teams, and as Woodland Park tries to clear, they're keeping it right back in the offensive end. Mitchell on the year again, 6-4, 4-0 overall. They have scored 29 goals, allowed just 18. So allowing just under 2 goals per game are the Marauders. Three of their last 4 wins have been by shutout.
This tells you they're playing some pretty good defense. As you can see early in this game, we played most of this game already in the Woodland Park zone.
4.5 minutes in.
Pretty sure the Panthers would rather not play as much of this game in that zone as the Marauders want them to. And shame on me, partner, I forgot to mention the best team on the field tonight. Phil Darby is your center referee as a shot goes on goal. And he's being ably assisted by Roger Hurst and Lou Thurman.
Angel Flores, number 7, is the leading scorer for the Marauders. His 11 goals on the year lead the pace. Mitchell is without the services of Luis Garcia, who has pulled the muscle in the upper leg, so he could play today, but as a precaution this point of the season with the tournament looming, the coaches are going to sit him out and let him get some more recovering. I had a chance to talk to him down on the field before coming up to the booth, and I said, would you rather be playing or sitting here in the cold weather? And he goes, running around.
See, not a fair question to ask a 17-year-old because they will always think there's a trip on Mitchell. They will always want to play, but it's best, especially on a day like this, partner, where that hamstring could tighten up a little bit because of the cold weather. It's best to give it another couple of days to do a little more healing before you try to push it.
Mitchell looking to clear. Woodland Park doing a good job of keeping an extra man back defensively. That is preventing Mitchell from getting any open looks.
Yeah, I think early Woodland Park is committed.
Now here's a breakaway opportunity. Flores crashes, but coming out to make the save is Cosgrove, my apologies.
I think Woodland Park's content early, Barry, to just let this be a defensive type of game, not worry about being too aggressive on the offensive end. The old saying, keep it close until the end and then see what happens. So I think that's the strategy being employed by the Panthers at this point.
Pico Burgo pushing it for Woodland Park there, loses it out of bounds. Now Mitchell with the toss in.
My bad on that one. He flinched.
Woodland Park simply not giving the Marauders any room to try to get any offense started. So the Marauders are probably going to have to readjust their offensive attack plan.
Mitchell's offense looks to be running a 2-1-3 alignment with the forwards and the mids. 2 forwards in the set are Andres Pinado and the aforementioned Angel Flores, the leading scorer. Now pinned over on the side in front of the Mitchell bench. Nice bit of dribbling and a pass through the legs.
Kick it in. Oh my God.
Angel, stop watching the game.
Horrible.
Questions will come is when are these two squads going to change up their philosophy, especially the Marauders, to even up the attack. They said they wanted to keep their foot on the gas and leave no doubt at the end of this one.
Go.
Now a turnover by the Marauders.
Go.
And dumping it down deep in the end was Nick McMorris, the sophomore forward for Woodland Park. And watching it roll out of bounds. Mitchell calling for a whistle on the push in the back, and Flores turns on one and just cannot get it to dial in. Angel Flores with a great opportunity for the Marauders. Difficult attempt, but this will be a corner kick for the Marauders on a deflection.
Yeah, Flores was helping the officials out to make sure they realized that that was out on the Panthers.
Played in short to the sideline. This one's headed away as Mitchell was trying to center it. Had four Marauders posted in front of the goal. Now it goes to the far side, and we've got a Marauder hitting the deck, holding his face. Might have gotten an inadvertent elbow up. So we will stop play. 10.5 minutes gone here in the first half. Woodland Park taking on Mitchell in 4A soccer.
And the good news is, Barry, he bounced right up, and he's going to come out for a few seconds, but he looked like he's okay as he comes over here toward the Mitchell bench.
That is Jose Pinada, the junior midi. Looks like he might be checking for some blood there.
Well, the other thing you check, too, is on a chilly day like this, it stings a little more than normal, so I think he's just checking to make sure everything's still in place.
Now Flores has it on the left-hand side. Immediately double-teamed by the Panthers.
I was going to say quadruple team. Oh, there was about 4 of those Panthers over there when he got that.
Yeah, 2 directly on him. This shot comes from the far sideline, and it'll be gathered in by Cosgrove, the senior keeper for Woodland Park. That's one of those in football they talk about having the man over the top.
Yeah.
Woodland Park had 2 men over the top plus the 2 on the ball handler.
Taking no chances.
Woodland Park trying to clear its zone. They'll kick it all the way back to Cosgrove. And he'll push it off to the right-hand side, but out of bounds. So a mistake by Woodland Park turned it over to the Marauders.
Not sure that's what they intended to do on that play, as they were trying to just clear it out of the zone. Now they kept it in the zone for the Marauders. There's another one's going to go out of bounds. Mitchell will get a throw in from the sideline. And this time they'll throw it out. That'll bring up a, should be a goal kick for Woodland Park.
Didn't see the Marauder he was throwing that to. I saw a bunch of green shirts down there, but nobody in the white in the general passing area.
I think someone should have been making a cut toward that goal at that point and did not get there, is what I'm thinking, because it looked like he sent it there on purpose. It was actually on purpose that he put it where he put it, but no one was there to receive it.
And it looks like Mitchell has shifted a little bit more. This one will come in on Cosgriff. This will be out of bounds to the Panthers. High up in the air and headed across the pitch. Nice steal by the Marauders. The opportunity, left foot comes in, they center it in. The pass was intended down there for Andres Pinato, the 5'10" sophomore. And there's a goal. We'll have to take a look at that one. Happened bang, bang. I was looking down to take a look at a name.
Let's take a look at it on the replay here, partner. We'll see if we can stay around. Put the biscuit in the basket. There's the shot. And watch it in the corner there. Oh, it just
caught
hit
the right post and ricocheted across.
Oh, man. And I apologize. I did not catch the player that scored that goal, Barry.
13:46, the time of the Mitchell goal.
We will find out, and we will give that young man credit as we can, as time permits us to get that name.
Guys, if you can look at that replay and get us a number, we'd appreciate it. Guys down in the truck, Justin Crosby handling the students doing the technical work on tonight's broadcast.
The better part of the broadcast, the technical side and the play-by-play. We got to work on that color guy, I tell you.
Brought into the center and cleared away into that wind on the high clearing kicks. Woodland Park is going to have to keep that ball down because the wind is just knocking it down, taking any oomph out of the kick at all.
And we should have mentioned it, partner, but the wind is blowing north to south, which means Mitchell has the wind in this period. So anything shot by Mitchell is going to gain some momentum as opposed to Woodland Park, where it's going to get knocked down by that wind that they're going right into.
Mitchell not liking the setup. They'll cycle it all the way back into their own end and start on the attack. Nice pass up to Garduno. Now Garduno will feed it back into the middle, work it back to the left.
Garduno got hit in the mouth, Barry. He's looking over to the bench. Might not need to come out for a second.
Woodland Park not leaving any openings for the Marauders.
Right there. Thank you. Center field. That guy.
Folks, good.
The work in the truck, they tell us Angel Flores with his 12th goal of the year with the score for the Marauders and the 1-goal lead.
And there was an injury timeout here, Barry. That's why the stoppage in play. We'll get some blood cleaned up and get ready to get back to action here.
Mitchell with it again. The ball just a little bit behind Bernardo. Now Woodland Park on a break in transition and stolen away again. Off to the center. Taken in by Aurelio Castro. Castro, an interesting story. He is a Guatemalan exchange student, one of 3 exchange students on the Panthers team. Giacomo Bottinelli is an Italian, and this one, a great save made there. Dangerous play by Brian Cosgriff, but he makes it pay.
And he got some rubber in his eyes for his efforts, Barry. You see him trying to clear that out now. The rubberized surface here at the stadium, where all the stadiums have that kind of turf under them now. And watch this, folks. We'll take a look at this. Watch when he, watch right here when he goes down. Now watch the stuff. Watch it kicking. See all that rubber kicking up there, right there, and some of it got right into it. I hope the young man doesn't wear a contact, because that wouldn't be. Well, I'm almost sure he doesn't, because trust me, he would not still be in the goal right now without having something wrenched out of his eyes.
Pinato was charging there. Dusted him just like you used to do to your brother. Oh, and a great save by Cosgriff. Took the chance, came out, got low, and stopped Flores from getting goal number 2 here.
Excellent play by the goalie.
Now an opportunity for Woodland Park. They push it off to the right and bring it across to the left. That is Castro, but nobody there, and Jesus Santos will field it, put it back in play. Stolen away by the Panthers. And swept away by the Marauders. It'll be a throw in from deep in the Marauders area. 1-0 Mitchell, if you're just joining us. The goal came at 13:46 by Angel Flores, his 12th on the year. And that's where we stand. Mitchell 1, Woodland Park nothing. Mitchell looking to clinch the league title. Burgo dribbling up the right-hand side, gets it swept down. He'll chase it down for the toss in.
Ballger had thrown one of the balls in. They didn't realize it. Whoever that is on the camera down there, still camera, nice enough to keep the ball in play.
Intended for Derek Meyer in the middle. Meyer can't get ahead on it. Now here comes the centering kick and the header. Oh, just missed.
Timing was off just a tad on that one, partner.
Flores trying to go the spectacular route for goal number 2. Let's take a look at that attempt again. Centering kick comes in high. Now Flores charging from the backside of the goal and just missed it. Looked like he got a bit of it, partner, but not enough for the redirect.
Right. Nice hustle down there in that corner, saving that ball. Oh, look at this, look at this.
Turnover in the zone, and this one comes bouncing in on Cosgriff, and he makes the save. Nick McMorris, the defender, holding his head, thanking his goalie quietly. And this one's tossed out of bounds by the Panthers. When he moved here from California about 10 years ago, Andy Papadakis, the head coach for the Panthers, started to try to form a club, and now we've got a collision. Cosgriff comes out, and he'll be run into, and he is still down, and Derek Meyer slow to get up, limping a little bit, as Meyer could not lift himself up and over the collision.
You got him on the shoulder, too. I think that's looks like he's going to be okay. But let's take a look at this on the replay here, partner. As the ball comes in, you got two players making decisions. One thinking he can get there quick enough. The goalie thinking he can come out. Now watch the leg. The right leg will go right into his shoulder, and I think he ducked his head before it hit him in the head. So there's no concussion concerns, thank goodness.
Meyer was trying to pull up. You could see it in his motion. He just could not stop his momentum that quick of a dime. Now we'll take the feed in the center and immediately get quadruple teamed.
footwork.
Mitchell works it inside to the outside to the right. But the whistle against the Marauders.
I think if the goal was to work on one side of the field or the other, Woodland Park has committed itself to working on the defensive end early in the season here, and it's showing. You mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast how they're able to keep scores down this year and not get mercy ruled, and I can see why. They play pretty good defense.
But to finish my point on the club, as the ball comes back to Cosgriff, there are 40 or 50 kids in the club program now in the Woodland Park area, and they have to travel down here to play their games, so it makes it a little bit difficult. But finally, what was attempted to be started 10 years ago is starting to take fruition, and Coach Papadakis is extremely happy about the prospects for the future of Woodland Park soccer.
Yeah.
He thinks in a couple years they are going to be as good as anybody, and people will be chasing them for league titles.
It is my fervent wish that we get a whole lot of other youth sports back up and running like it used to be. I think that's the key to getting these programs back up to where they should be. Get youth out playing a little baseball earlier and football earlier and basketball earlier, soccer.
I guess, partner, we were blessed with growing up without the advent of video games.
Oh, good Lord.
So we were out on the field scrounging
there you
games.
go. That was our social networking. Outside. Go outside and play. Learn how to play.
Now steal by Woodland Park. And a battle for it at midfield. It'll be tapped out back to the Marauders. One of the Marauders, Andrade, going down on the far side after a trip. Woodland Park not afraid to body up with these Marauders. We haven't seen it quite as physical as that Mitchell Palmer, or as that Doherty Palmer game the other night.
I don't think that'll get to that level. They were really after it the other night because both those teams wanted the bragging rights.
Flores with the center, and a great save by Cosgriff. The feed pass came in. It was there for the Marauders, but unable to get the second foot to it.
But I'm going to take you back a little bit. It was only one time in the history of the World Series that a losing player has won the MVP award. I can't remember his name right now. But, boy, I tell you what, if we were giving him MVP right now, Cosgriff would get it because there's a header that's so wide. Cosgriff would be my player of the game right now. He's made about 3 or 4 outstanding saves already.
Good ball handling skills by Sean Levier of our media production staff as they're setting up cameras for the football game later tonight. And if this storm moves in, partner, it is going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I think Doherty would have the advantage as Zach Young, the state's leading rusher, will handle elements, I think, a little bit better than Ryan Hommel, the quarterback, with 9 touchdowns. And here we've got an offsides on Flores. But Rock Canyon scored 10 touchdowns as we take a look at this save replay. Cosgriff going to his left. Look at the centering pass right there. And the deflection, Cosgriff right there.
Oh, what a play. Man, I tell you, he'll want to get this tape buried for that highlight alone. That's a highlight there. But you're absolutely right, partner. Anytime you have elements affecting the field, the running game is going to fare much better than the passing game ever will.
Rock Canyon, the anti-Broncos offense, as it would be. Or I should say the pro Broncos, with more touchdowns in the air than on the ground. Doherty with 30 touchdowns through 5 games, though, folks. This offense is cranked up, and they got shut down last week, and Zach Young was held to a mere 138 yards, and I believe it was 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
In the loss.
So didn't they put up 27 points last week?
They put up 35 last week.
35, yeah.
Now the kick coming on from the side. You can see the Woodland Park wall backing up on the right side of your screen. For Mitchell taking the kick, this is Arturo, 6'1" senior. Puts it up just wide. Crashing for the header was Andrade. And that one will sail through.
And you know he missed it.
Galarza Arturo with the kick, and Mitchell with another opportunity just missed. That's 2, you know, in that missed it by that much category.
And Mitchell wants to take advantage of every opportunity they can going toward this end of the field, because in the second half they'll have the win in their face.
And it is a significant win. Flag blowing north to south at the north end of the stadium. I want to take this opportunity to remind you that if you'd like to own a copy of this or any of the action we bring you here on the District 11 channel, we've got 3 ways for you to do it. By phone at 520-2269, by email at channel16@d11.org, or you can log on to the D11 website, d11.org. At the bottom of the page, we have a quick link to D11 on TV. Click there, and at the top left of the next page, you will see the order form tab. Click there and fill in your information. We'll give you a call when we have it ready for you. Just $3 for a DVD. And coming up the end of this month, the 30th of October, from 6 to 7:30, we will have the next installment of the District 11 Community Book Talk, as this shot is going to sail wide off the foot of Julio Mendoza, the junior captain, playing defense for the Marauders today. But the Community Book Talk, we will be discussing the book The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle. I will be your host, and we will be interacting with our viewers on social media sites and the District 11 website, as well as live on the streaming and Channel 16. If you'd like to participate and join us in the Board of Education room, you can do that as well. Again, that is 6 to 7:30 on the 30th of October. Just finished the book through on the first-time partner, and it is some fascinating things. And an interesting look inside the human talent development.
Yes.
And soccer is actually one of the primary sports focused in the book. It's not all about sports, it's education and other ways that the mind and talent is developed, both mental talent and physical talent. Past the 30-minute mark, it's still 1-0 Mitchell. And Mitchell will bring it back, cycle it all the way across the field, looking for a center pass. I'll feed it back a little bit farther to the right. Luis Flores down in the corner. Now he'll stop, and he gets ridden off the ball. Good job by the defense of Woodland Park.
We can say that all night. They have done a good job on the defensive end. Even the goal Mitchell scored, there's a shot going on goal.
Cosgriff with the one hopper, and that was McMorris, who was thanking his goalie for making a save when he let somebody go a few minutes ago. This time makes a good play down in the corner.
Even the goal Mitchell got, Barry, was aided by good timing. Hit the post just at the correct angle to get that one in. Woodland Park played a pretty good defensive game tonight.
Bottinelli trying to dribble it through the Marauders defense. Johnny Flores says enough of this, knocks it out of bounds, but Woodland Park will bring it back in. This will be out of bounds and almost over the fence on the stands on the far side.
I'm convinced that the people that chase the balls at these soccer games actually get in more running than the two teams do. Tonight, those two young ladies have been running up and down this field more than the teams have.
Now the lead pass in, Pinato making the charge. Cosgriff maintains his composure, snaps it up at the last second for the save. Now good timing and a steal by Mitchell trying to redirect. Oh, great job of keeping it in. Arciniega, and he'll lose it out of bounds to the Panthers. Ooh, dangerous kick, and that is going to get whistled on Woodland Park. Yeah. Dakota Herman, one of the captains, the junior midi, coming up and just reacting to the play high. Almost caught one of the Marauders in the head. Lobbed into the center and headed away up and over by one of the Panthers. So this should be a corner kick for the Marauders coming up.
Just what I was getting ready to say, too. I think the Panthers actually directed that one out. And if you're noticing that you don't see the flags on the field, folks, it's just a little too windy. They're going to blow down. They're set on the ground.
This one headed away. Mitchell had loaded the box, looking for the redirect. Woodland Park able to get it. Mitchell able to keep this pressure on this young Woodland Park team. So far, Woodland Park just the one goal given up. Cosgriff has allowed 41, counting today's goal, but he's made 140 saves coming into today. So he's been busy back there.
Yes, he has.
This one comes in high, and it's off the top rail. Cosgriff went up. It deflected off the crossbar, and it'll be out of bounds to the other side. Mitchell trying to say it was tipped by one of the Panthers. But the official's not buying it. Now the Panthers bring it back to the middle.
Yeah, nothing beat a try but a failure, partner.
Now turnover in the zone. 4-on-3 for the Marauders, and this one's taken off the shin of one of the defenders. Chase Fish was the one that made that deflection. This one deflected away. Anthony Woods, the junior midfielder, getting in the way for the Panthers, deflecting it out of bounds. So a corner kick upcoming again for the Marauders. Julio Mendoza will slide over. Now keep an eye on that ball, folks. You'll see how hard this wind is blowing. I was watching one of the goal kicks for the Panthers a minute ago, and the ball was moving. They had to reset it. This time it stays in place for the Marauders. Open and swept away nicely. Anthony Woods in position. Mitchell will line up for the corner kick again. This time they start a little bit farther out. Andres Pinato is posted up in at the net as the kick comes in. Cosgriff and the backside defender. Cosgriff challenged ahead, took the gamble. It went over his head, and on the backside, Mitchell scores the goal. We'll take a look at it again. But it looks like that was Jose Pinata.
The coach will tell you this was designed, partner, but watch this nice strong kick that keeps sailing. And I think he wanted to do a header, but didn't get there in time. But look at that. You talk about being in the right place at the right time. right there to get that goal.
That was Francisco Andrade, the senior forward, 6'1", 175, with the goal for the Marauders. And you noticed he was on his way down from his leap and still had presence and control enough to flick the right leg out and put it in the back of the net.
Definitely right place, right time.
So now Mitchell goes up 2-0. The goal comes at the 36-minute mark. And the Marauders have a nice little lead to play with this last 43 minutes and 41 seconds. Mitchell coaches, they wanted foot on the throttle the whole time, and Cosgriff comes out and makes the save. On the charge was Julio Mendoza, the senior captain.
Hey, Mr. Cosgrove, he's got a lot of intestinal fortitude, Barry. He doesn't mind putting his nose into it.
He's been dinged up on one collision today, but right back up and playing aggressive in goal. Now Woodland Park will finally force Mitchell to put it back on Santos, and a good clearing kick clear across the midfield line.
Send this tape to Coach Malloy and tell him he might have a kicker that he's not employing on the football team. Nice leg.
2:32 till the half. Mitchell up 2-0. Painting the line are the Panthers. Santos will come out and play it by foot. Another good kick. Again, wind aided a little bit. Wind at his back, but a solid boot. And there is a trip.
I think they called it. They just called it out of bounds for Mitchell, but I don't think they called the trip on that.
Dakota Herman playing hard. Jose Pinata up. He'll run into position on the attack end. Just over his head, can't get a header on it. It ricochets all the way back out to the Panthers, and the Panthers try to feed up the middle. Mitchell defense doing a great job of keeping the Panthers from getting any kind of a charge going. And even there, tripped up was Castro. 60 seconds till the half, till these teams can get out of this wind and cold.
Yeah, it may not be a stay on the bench day to day. It'll probably be a locker room day to day.
I'm thinking make the 15 or 20 second sprint to the locker room, get out of it for about 9 minutes, and then the 30-second sprint back to the sideline to warm up.
Probably more like 15. They're probably 9.5 minutes in that locker room.
This one lobbed down Flores. Can't get to it before Cosgriff does. Cosgriff trying to turn it over. Castro out with it in the middle. Pass stolen back, but Castro able to steal it back. Inside of 15 seconds, and you can watch that ball. It was kicked to the north, and you saw it bend all the way back to the south.
Yeah.
Inside of 5 seconds, one last boot for Woodland Park, and that is going to be the buzzer for the first half. 2 goals for the Marauders as they look to clinch the Colorado Springs Metro League Championship today. And they lead the Woodland Park Panthers by the score of 2-0 as we head for the locker rooms. We'll take a quick break here on the District 11 channel. We'll be back with the second half right here ahead.
Graduation marks a significant event in every student's life. It's significant because it's the completion of a journey students began years ago. At the same time, it's a passport to their future. And when you see the students and the emotion that is part of that day, there's excitement. There's a little sadness to leave friends as they embark on their new lives. There's a little anxiousness. And when you see all those emotions wrapped up inside of that day, you know it's a special day for them. You know, I think it's important that each of those students receive their moment in time as they get their diploma. And I think it's important that each of them are recognized as their name is called. As they walk across that stage, that's their moment. That's their moment in time to be seen as a graduate of Colorado Springs School District 11. The outcome of all our efforts is the handshake, sealing the deal as our students walk the stage at graduation. It symbolizes our core business, educating students. The walk of a graduate across the stage is the moment of real reward for all of us. When I shake each of their hands, every one of them is different. Every one who crosses that stage is different. Their handshake is different. Some are rough hands, some are soft hands. Some of them add a hug to their handshake. Some of them aren't sure which hand to extend. But they are all so different. And that's how I look at each one of them as they cross that stage, from the first to the last. What is not different is the smile on their faces. It's just a great day for students, their parents, and their families. Everyone is so excited, both at the completion and the hopeful future that graduation represents. If you're like me, graduations fuel that desire to continuously create awesome for the following year's graduates. So I begin thinking about the next school year during our graduation season. What's it going to be like next year when we have another class graduating? I start shaping my thoughts and begin working towards creating an awesome for the next school year. I think about the fact that every single employee in our district pays the pathway to this day, our students' journey. Imagine our 2013-14 8th grade students who are so excited to only have a year left in middle school. This is our class of 2018, and our middle schools, they prepare them for that every day. Our first grade through 5th grade teams are preparing for the classes of 2021 to 2025. Imagine the number of bus rides, the number of meals, the number of tutoring hours to reach this day. Imagine the number of supervision hours, comforting hours to reach this day. Just imagine the number of addressed maintenance needs to reach this day. Just imagine the collective efforts that allow a district to meet this day. It is truly a result of a synergy of effort. Let's welcome our 2013-2014 kindergartners. Their journey is just starting, and we will all work to create awesome for them so that they can reach that day and be the graduating class of 2026. The bottom line for me, public education is a foundational piece of American society. Being that foundational piece is important to not only our graduates and their families, but also our community. For me, it's who I am. I stand up for public education. When you look at our students who walk across that stage, it's incumbent upon us to provide the best quality education we can provide them. That is our goal. That is what drives us every day when we choose to create awesome in the classroom, on the school bus, in the cafeteria, in the office. That is why I get up every morning, to make sure when our students walk through our doors that they are going to receive a quality D11 education. As I listen to the students who speak at graduations each year, they speak to their peers and reflect on their years in school and the future. Then they turn their focus to when they cross that stage, what their future holds, and who they will become, the future leaders in our society. And guess what? They become what they once dreamt. I've seen it happen. Our graduates are in this community and all over the world, creating success for themselves and their communities and giving back. We all should be proud of the awesome work we do to get our students to this point. It is why we do what we do.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Mitchell High School, home of the mighty Mitchell Marauders. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Scott Noller, one of the administrators here at Mitchell, and I want to take you on a tour of our amazing high school.
Welcome to Mitchell High School.
Here at Mitchell, we offer a variety of core and elective curriculum. The core curriculum consists of our English courses, a variety of AP courses within that, math from algebra to AP statistics and AP calculus.
Mitchell High School, where the best is always here.
We have courses from physical or science to biology, chemistry, physics, oceanology. Hello, this is Brett Humphreys, our instructor in charge of our biomed program.
We offer 4 classes. First year is Principles of Biomedical Science. Second year is Human Body Systems. The third year is Medical Interventions. And the capstone class is our Biomedical Innovations class.
Our core values and beliefs are that every student can and every student will learn every day. Social studies, there's a variety of courses including AP Government, AP History. We have a variety of special programs here at Mitchell, including our Air Force JROTC program, Vocational Auto program, NHS, Honors Endorsement program, college preparatory classes that are called CU Gold courses.
Our group is focused on academics, but we require a 3.5 GPA, and we are focused mainly on a lot of community service. We do a lot of community service activities.
HEP is an extra credit for students here because it gives you lots of extra credit hours in community service, but it also incorporates a lot of shadowing for things you plan on doing in the future as a career.
Part of the Mitchell Student Council, or Council.
We help promote activities and make sure people know what's going on.
Show school spirit to the incoming freshmen or people out here.
And try to promote positive attitudes, so make this place a better environment.
Here at Mitchell, we offer a variety of athletic and PE programs. One of the programs is the Varsity PE, which is only offered to our varsity athletes that come in during 7th hour that can train and do some extra work with their coaches. Also, we offer a different, variety of PE, swim, conditioning courses, and health program as well. We embrace diversity through a variety of multicultural programs. One of those is our Cinco de Mayo Day, our Multicultural Day and recognition. So we offer a variety of 21st century courses that includes Cisco networking, web design, and smart homes. Also, we offer a vocational course, our geometry and construction class. Mitchell also offers digital photography and computer apps classes.
My favorite subject is calculus.
My favorite subject is algebra, and one of the things I love about Mitchell is everywhere you go, you feel welcomed and people want to be around you. Feel like you're part of their family, you feel like you want to come here, you don't want to go anywhere else.
In the ACE, Alternative Cooperation Education class, they make banners, they do signs, big production items, they do engraving on metal and wood. At Mitchell, we offer a full complement of performing arts program that includes drama, choir, orchestra, band, guitar, stagecraft, and advanced percussion, drumline.
Welcome to Mitchell High School, home of the Mighty Marauders.
Teams now just making their way out of the locker room, ready for the second half on a very blustery and cold day here at Gary Berry Stadium. Mitchell on top of the Panthers by the score of 2-0 with the final 40 minutes left to be played. Angel Flores started the scoring He put one in at 13:46, his 12th of the year. And then at the 36-minute mark, Francisco Andrade, the senior forward, got his second goal of the year. And there is your scoring recap. As you see the Woodland Park Panthers making the jog up the far side. And partner, we weren't wrong about the team spending about 9 minutes and 50 seconds in the locker room, and I blame them not a bit.
Not one iota. As a matter of fact, I didn't even leave the booth, and I normally will walk out at least into the hallway, but it's even a little chilly out the hallways, so I don't blame these teams for 1 second for taking as much time as they could to get back out here. The Mitchell Marauders, of course, got the 2.2 goal lead, and they're pretty happy about the way things are at halftime here, and Woodland Park knows they got a little work to do, so they took a little more time to plot strategy and plan what they want to do. I was teasing the referees before the game, partner, and I was saying to them, you guys going to come out here in shorts today? You're going to put the long pants on? And they said, we're going to put the shorts on, and we're tough. This is soccer. We're going to play. And I'm noticing them right now. I'm looking down on the field, and 2 of the 3 officials are jumping around trying to get warm. I think they may have rethought that at halftime.
So we will switch ends, and the wind will now be at the back of Woodland Park and in the face of the Marauders. And the wind has definitely got an effect on the ball, so Mitchell is going to have to keep their passes down. And Woodland Park is going to have to be mindful that there's a little more oomph to the ball now, because the wind will catch it and drive it through. But we are underway here in half number 2 from Gary Berry Stadium. Mitchell with the win today will wrap up the title. And now here's a turnover deep in the Mitchell end. Santos has to come out and make a slide save. And he'll sling it out here to his left. Scoring for Woodland Park comes at a premium this year. They've only got 13 goals on the year. But they've played a very defensive-looking first half against the Marauders. Now let's see a change of strategy for the second half as they look to climb back into it.
Now the good thing for Woodland Park is the wind becomes actually another defender for them, because Mitchell is going to have to adjust the type of shots that they're going to be able to take in this half. They won't be able to take many of those long shots that they did in the first half, because the ball is just going to simply die. So they're going to have to get more penetration into the Woodland Park zone before they can shoot. And then to me, that's actually acting like a second defender.
Mitchell with a bit of a breakaway, stuffed nicely, but the loose ball out to the center for Woodland Park. Now a breakaway. Out with it is Flores. He'll put it up in the air and sail it just over. He tried to judge how much he needed on it. Didn't want to take enough off of it, but leave enough on it that it would fall, but have enough steam to get there. And he just put a little too much mustard on it.
And he was hoping that the wind would knock it down more than it did. And actually, that was a case where the wind didn't come into play as much as Mitchell would have wanted it to.
I don't know what the gusts are up to, but the steady velocity of that wind has increased here as we get underway in the second half.
Now, you know, we've been here for a couple of years, partner, and I've seen those ribbons blowing on that flagpole. I'm not sure the last time I've seen them blowing straight out. That's how much wind gust is going on out there right now. of course, as the sun sets on the evening, it should get really interesting down there for the football games this afternoon.
Well, I pulled the wool coat out of the closet today and couldn't find any of my scarves as Mitchell trims this one down. Now loose out in front. And Cosgrove has to make another save, but Mitchell laid it out there so nicely for Angel Flores. He had help to the side, and good job by Woodland Park helping out Cosgrove, and Mitchell denied another opportunity. We've said that a lot today. Mitchell denied an opportunity.
And that's a credit to the Woodland Park defense more than it is a indictment of the Mitchell offense, because the Woodland Park defense has been excellent. Cosgrove coming out a little too far for my liking on that one, Barry.
Battle down into the corner. McMorris cannot create the turnover. It will be out of bounds to the Marauders deep.
One thing if I was coaching that young man, I tell him you got to trust your defense a little more than that. You can't wander away from that goal as far as you did.
Centering kick high up into the air. That ball head up, held up for Luis Flores. He could not get enough redirection strength on it, so Mitchell will cycle it back out towards midfield. Look at that ball just get hung up.
Oh boy.
Mitchell is not going to be able to dump it in and chase.
No, not at all.
Have to keep the ball low.
That's why I say I think it's an extra defender for Woodland Park right now, partner, because there are a lot of things that Mitchell cannot do because of that wind. Oh, that might be a push.
Pushing and shoving. Whistle finally blows as it's out of bounds, and it'll go over to the Marauders.
Mitchell, I'm going to the ground game right now. Keep everything low and down to the ground and try to do something from there.
They push it Ed for Mendoza on the left corner. His centering out in front. Flores trips, actually. Cosgrove battling for position. Cosgrove goes down to get the ball and trips Flores up. So good play by the Woodland Park goalie and a good boot with this wind. This is going to chase all the way over and force Santos to play it.
How many times we said that tonight? Good play by Cosgrove.
But that 100-yard boot on about a two-bouncer. Now we've got a turnover by the Marauders deep in their own end. Giving chase, Anthony Woods down in the corner. Will not be able to get it centered. Santos will put it on the 6-box line. It doesn't move. He sends a knuckler low along the ground. Mitchell with his 2-goal lead has the option to be, and this is going to be offside just a little bit. Flores thought he had timed it just right, but he got to step out in front and got caught on the offsides.
Yeah, Mr. Flores had actually 2 or 3 steps on that one, partner. That might be the easiest offside call that the official will ever make.
Mitchell with a 2-goal lead does have the luxury of playing a little bit conservative if they want to, showing great patience.
And
this
normally
ball will be wide. The new ball comes in. Santos will set it up.
Normally I don't advocate playing conservatively, but tonight I would. If I was Mitchell right now with that 2-goal lead, I'm pushing them. My goal is to get it into the Woodland Park end, but once I got it there, I'm going to my ground game. I'm keeping everything low and then see if I can get something from there. Get something from there, but I would be pretty conservative right now if I was the Marauders.
Big push right in the middle of the Mitchell bench. No whistle. It goes out of bounds. Woodland Park with the toss in. Mitchell in the white and blue. Woodland Park in the green. This ball is going to be swept out of bounds for the Marauders. Angel Arciniega, the sophomore midfielder, sweeping it out of bounds. And a steal. And they're going to call handball. No, they're going to, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, partner. They called handball.
Calling a handball. Good job stepping in the passing lane by Jose Pinata. This one gets through on Santos, and he has to come out and make the stop. Charging was Aurelio Castro, and Castro still on the ground.
I don't
just
know.
To the right of the goal. Reached for the right ankle there.
You know, it's funny that last play. I was watching Oberman last night, and at the end of the show, they were showing some highlights. There was a soccer goalie in Russia. The ball came in, and he went to play it and let it go right underneath his feet and into the goal. And that was almost an identical play right there.
So up is Castro, and he will make his way the long way around the field so they can get play going again. Good news is he's walking off the injury. Again, it looked like it was a right ankle related injury.
Or
Young man from Guatemala is a transfer student.
Or as Bill Belichick would tell you, a lower leg injury. He should run the CIA, I tell you. He keep more secrets than anybody I know.
You can see the ball rolling with that wind as it's just set there on the ground. Those are the conditions that both of these teams are facing.
I'm actually hearing the wind more in this half, too, than I did in the first half, partner.
Flores lays it out in front on the charge. Now the stop and looking to center, back for Flores, and they're going to call offsides on Flores once again.
Did you notice how that ball died when it went up in the air? You'll get nothing if you're not attacking from the football 10-yard line and in. You're not going to get anything coming to this end of the stadium.
Taking our way to the 50-minute mark.
Wow. I don't know if our camera guys can get a shot of the Mitchell bench, Barry, but if they could, we can give you a great example of how this wind is blowing out here. And of course, as I say that, it dies down.
Turnover momentarily in the Mitchell end. Mitchell able to right the ship. They'll lace it out for Flores again. Flores makes a nice move, actually stopping and running around Chase Fish. Now the steal and the center for Flores, who was behind the play, but the kick comes in and misses badly, bending to the right with the wind by Pinata.
Mike Filippani is actually bringing down Old Glory right now, partner. Not sure why, but the wind may be gusting so much that he wants to give Old Glory a break.
Out in front, Cosgriff out of the net. One of the defenders able to sweep it away. That was Ben Witt, number 18. But again, dangerous play. Mitchell got it through the goal crease.
Well, it's amazing to me how these players are able to play at this end of the stadium, partner, because this wind is howling now.
If you're Woodland Park, the play is going to be get it up in the air and let the wind blow it.
Woodland Park was using that extra defender. I'm looking down at Mike Filippani down at the flagpole part. He's putting other flags on. I see now that's why he was doing that.
Flores with the center, and he ties up one of his teammates that came in on Jose Pinata. Pinata could not get turned on it, and this was going to be swept away by the Panthers.
Oh, I tell you. North end of the stadium, partner, nothing high. Everything has to be low.
Fed off to the right-hand side with an opportunity, lacing it across, and there's the... They're going to call offsides, wave off the goal. Andrade Flores.
Man.
They called Andrade offsides.
Yeah, was that nice? That was nicely set up, though. I don't know if we got it on replay. Boy, if we do, I'd like to see it. But, oh, was that nice. That was very well done. Let's see if he really was offsides here, partner. Let's see. There's a... Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, he was by about half a step.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Now, the player, if we can roll that forward, stop it right there. That's where he made contact. He's about the 3. Number 11 in the middle. He was what looks to be the deepest man back for Woodland Park. So he's clearly behind the 3 on the right as the feed pass in. But the center defenseman for Woodland Park was just that half step, and just that close. That 1 yard, and Mitchell gets cost a goal on great execution.
But the play was great.
Pesky little offsides penalties.
Well, there you go. The one time you wish officials really couldn't see.
Santos comes out, gathers in the roller. Good battle for it. Woodland Park stacking the defense on the backside. Now Flores comes out. And this one is going to be deflected to the right. Had a bit of a breakaway, but hustling back for Woodland Park was Ben Fish getting in the kicking path. And now Angel Flores is down pleading his case with one of the officials.
Woodland Park is playing. They're playing their defense as if they were up 2-0 right now. Partner, looks like to me, instead of being behind 2-0. I'm not sure what the strategy for that is. We've already played 10 minutes of this second half. Not sure why they think that's a pretty good strategy instead of being more aggressive, trying to get some offense started. But that's the way it looks like to me. It looks like they're content to lay back and play defense and then hope something happens on offense as opposed to making it happen.
Woodland Park with a short bench, -6 players. Abraham Adair is out injured. The senior defenseman not here today.
That could be your answer right there. 6 players out.
So not the full bench to work with. And a trip whistle on the tackle by Woodland Park. Or check that on Mitchell. Forgot we'd switched ends. So Woodland Park quickly puts it into play. Feed to the left and then the give back to the center. And the shot is going to go wide to the right of the goal. And Angel Flores is going to get a breather as we take a look at Santos, the keeper. Ready to put this ball back into play.
Mm-hmm.
Low screamer. And Mitchell will bring it to the near side. Those flags blowing on the north end.
Boy, I tell you.
The struggle to get all those flags up, and then you add all that surface area to catch this wind. We're going to have to check with Doherty being the new home of the Navy ROTC program for the district. Those might be signal flags. We will have to check with Chris Knoll when he gets here. And a feed off to Andrade on the right side, and he'll put it on goal, and this will get swatted away by Cosgriff. It'll be a corner kick for the Marauders.
Spartan Nation should be in full force tonight on the east side of the stadium. They are the only team that uses the east side for the home side because Doherty is the furthest east high school in the district.
The header comes in on the corner kick, and it'll bounce just up and over. Again, another opportunity left at the doorstep for the Marauders.
Yeah. That one you can almost understand. Wind played tricks with that ball. The extra Woodland Park defender, I'm calling the win tonight.
Woodland Park able to get it all the way across the pitch to this side. They'll feed it down. And Santos able to come up and field it cleanly without much pressure.
Nice defense. He threw that ball and it absolutely died. Man, this wood is something.
Punched out and to the Marauders. Past the 61-minute mark. We play here. Mitchell with 2 goals in the first. And they have maintained that lead. Had one taken away by an offsides penalty earlier here in the half.
Well, a lot of green shirts back there toward that goal there, Brad. It's going to be awful difficult for Mitchell to get anything going in between, going toward the goal. I should say the shot on goal is going to be deflected and now swept out of bounds by Woodland Park. It's going to be awful difficult for Mitchell to get anything going toward the goal. Woodland Park understands this from a defensive standpoint, and they're not giving Mitchell any lanes to try. That kick's going to be swept clear across field and out of play. Woodland Park understands that the wind is their ally, and they don't need to let the Marauders do anything in the air, and so they're going to put the defense in a position to play everything on the ground. And I think it's a pretty good strategy, frankly, by the Woodland Park coaching staff. A good job of recognizing what you have available to you and then using that to your advantage.
And again, the stakes in this game, Mitchell with the win will seal the 4A Colorado Springs Metro League soccer title heading into the crossover pool tournament. Woodland Park with their 2 wins. They've already doubled the win total they had last year, or increased it by 2 because they were winless last year. And they realize the future of this program is bright. They just want to get out today and play as hard as you can, but they are undermanned and very young, so underexperienced.
Yeah. And even at full strength, partner, this Mitchell team is a pretty good soccer team. And I think even at full strength, they would not be any more competitive than they are right now.
10 seniors leading this Mitchell squad. Again, the defending champs last year. That one gets caught by the wind and never makes it inbounds. It lands out of bounds on the throw-in.
Folks, you might think we're overplaying this one thing, but it is something else out there.
Now a 2-on-1. Good job outrunning the Marauders. Getting to it was Jesse Cloth. And now the steal by the Marauders. And Cloth will send it the other way for the Panthers. Marauders on a charge, kicked away, swept away by McMorris. Julio Mendoza, one of the Mitchell captains, looking to make something happen here. And Mitchell gets it close, but softly through the Woodland Park defense. Cosgrove puts a foot into it. Woodland Park feeds it to the right, and all this one's going to stay in bounds. Battle on the give and go. Tripped up by the Marauders, but still with it is Castro. And finally just swept away down in the corner.
And we've got a Marauder down on about the football 48-yard line. Looks like it.
The senior striker, Derek Meyer, 6'2", 200-pounder down. And you can hear the way the wind is just battering our camera tent up. And the flags on the north end had come all the way down, and now I think they're going to try to get them back up. A lot tougher duty today. You see Meyer getting helped off of the field here.
He's favoring the right leg.
Woodland Park gets it into the middle. It gets kicked high, looking for a little help from the wind. That doesn't come. And Mitchell able to get to it as Santos gets the clear on it. Woodland Park able to steal it right back.
Unless I'm mistaken, partner, I think Rock Canyon has arrived at the arena for the football contest to be played later.
Chase down into the corner, and Eduardo Brubeska watches it roll out of bounds. You can tell the signs as this one's going to get swept high and out of bounds on the near side. All the little black dust coming up out of the field, folks, that is the granulized rubber that makes up part of the turf configuration here at Gary Berry Stadium.
And it's all going from north to south. You know, by the time the game is over tonight, Barry, we may have to replant because it's all the all the rubber may be on the south end of the field.
Mitchell looking to center. Deflected by one of the Woodland Park defenders, but back out to a Marauder. Marauders with working here into the middle, and finally Kosgriff has to come out. Flores, and it's saved nicely on the far side. And deflected out of bounds, and they'll say last touch by the Marauders. Burgo doing battle for the Marauders. Actually, that wasn't the Rock Canyon bus. The Doherty Spartans have just arrived.
It was the Spartans, yeah.
So Doherty going to get an early start getting into the locker room and
probably stay there until about 6:55.
We are just a little more than 2 hours until kickoff. Give a chance for the Spartans to get changed here instead of coming over from the school on the bus. Let them do some of their mental preparations here at the stadium. Now Flores takes the inbound pass, works to the center, trying to find an opening. He'll push the pass to the right. And this ball coming in high. And Cosgrave watching to see it the entire way. Plays it on a hop. We started this game basked in sunlight here at the stadium, and now the high-level clouds with this storm front are moving in. Looking around, I don't see any moisture falling as of yet, but it looks like the clouds are a space armada, as it would be, and that armada is moving quickly, carried by the wind. And here's going to be an offsides on Flores.
Yeah, clearly.
And he knew it. He was about 4 yards out in front of everybody.
Hopefully whatever moisture is in the area will stay in the mountains. Would not hurt my feelings at all. Mitchell coaching staff is not happy with something that their players are doing.
Up to and about to clinch the league title and still doing the coaching work.
I was say not a whole lot to be upset about today. They're doing a pretty good job, but
well, partner, we've been around enough coaches through all of our years. A happy coach is a coach that doesn't think he's working hard enough.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Marauders now going to look to see if they can attack here, Barry, under the 30-minute mark here. I think they'd like to get another goal, close this one out. Nice footwork. It started north, folks, but it came back south in a hurry.
If you've ever been playing Frisbee on well, any kind of a day, but you get a little bit too much lift onto the front of that Frisbee and it goes straight up in the air and comes back down and you got to chase it back behind you to get it.
Oh,
That's the effect that this wind is having on this soccer ball. Flores instantly challenged. You almost get the sense now that Mitchell is laying back on defense a little bit more,
and
concentrating on winning the loose balls.
And I think Woodland Park has also come to the consensus that this one may not be one they can get, and they'll just stay back and play some defense and not allow the Marauders to get any more goals on the board.
Flores in a battle actually does a great job of pulling it around, looking for his shot. Tries to take the shot with the left foot, ends up kicking one of the Panthers. And now a push is going to push one of the Marauders to the ground.
Your coach is the same way.
Where's the whistle on that one? That was a little bit rough.
There.
Pico Burgo was the one pushed to the ground rather rudely.
Forgive my ignorance, but where was the Navy ROTC before?
It was right here at
Wasson. That's right. That's why I was racking my brain trying to figure out why it moved, and I forgot it was. I'm sorry to bring up that old wound there, partner.
73.5 minutes into this one. Mitchell, 6 minutes and 35 seconds from clinching the league title, as they hold the tiebreakers over both Harrison and Whitefield, with one game left to go against Mesa Ridge, who is 2 back in the league. And there's a trip that is going to get a whistle, trying to get a shot off, was Pinata.
A little too aggressive on that one.
Mitchell patiently weaving its way up. Now Burgo will lose it out of bounds.
I heard a horn for some reason.
I was going to say horns blowing out on the street as some of the Doherty staff is early arriving, looking to get the jump on setting up the stadium for homecoming tonight as soon as the soccer game is over.
May not be a bad time, partner, also to remind folks we got a pretty full slate next week. We've got the girls middle school track championships on Tuesday, Palmer Doherty volleyball on Thursday, and Coronado Cougars football on Friday.
Our first look at the 6-0 undefeated Cougars, who have a bit of history to make this weekend if they are going to improve to 7-0 as they take on the Mitchell Marauders. Mitchell may be 1-5 on the year, but the Coronado Cougars, in the 37 times that they have played, have won just 4 of those matchups, and they've never gone back-to-back on the Marauders. So they would make history going back-to-back on the Marauders for the first time with a victory this weekend. They would improve to 7-0, and that's a case where they've got Discovery Canyon 1 game back as this 4-game league season starts, and they face the Thunder in week 10, and that could decide the conference championship. The Thunder suffering a loss earlier in the year. This one will be swept out of bounds. Toss in coming for the Marauders.
If memory serves me correctly, that's up at Discovery Canyon.
That is at
there, right?
District 20 Stadium.
Yeah, District 20 Stadium, yeah.
Last year, those two teams put on a Week 10 show. We brought you here on the District 11 channel. And the whistle will stop things. It'll turn it over to Woodland Park. 3.5 to go here. 41-36 the final, and a sack by the Thunder, causing a fumble recovered by the Thunder is what ended that one. Inside of a minute to go, as Coronado had taken the ball over at its 25 and made a couple plays and moved down the field. Thought we were going to have a more exciting finish than we did. Coronado unable to pull off the miracle victory there. Ended the year at 5-5, and this year they have just built on what they were able to do last year. 6 wins equals the most wins they've had since 1997. A 7th win this week would be the best going back into the 80s.
And that's good to see that program doing so well.
Bob Lizarraga and his staff have got the Cougars excited, and especially the young Cougars. And down is one of the Marauders. That is Jose Pinada.
Under 2, partner.
If you're the Mitchell coaching staff right now, you just don't want anybody hurt in these last 2 minutes. Run the clock out, take the shutout victory. And for Mitchell, it would be their 4th straight win by shutout. Beating Harrison 1-0, beating Sierra 3-0, and beating Coronado 2-0. 1 league game would be left, and that would be the Mesa Ridge Grizzlies.
Ouch.
And taking one in the face is Alejandro Garza.
And that did not feel good, trust me.
That stings a little bit as he buries his arm in his sleeve back behind the play. Down to 60 seconds before we can crown Mitchell the league champion for another year. And Santos will come out shielded and make the stop here and then just roll it forward. You can see some of the reaction by the players. They're ready to get off this field, partner, and I blame them not one iota.
Yeah. And it has nothing to do with the game, trust me, folks. It has everything to do with that 40-mile-an-hour wind that's probably gusting out there. What a difference a day makes. We're here on Wednesday, and it was such a pleasant day, and running around with no jacket. Today is layers.
Inside of 10 seconds, one last chance. Here comes the centering. Flores puts the head to it. And it looked like Cosgriff got just a hand on it to deflect it away. And there is your final horn. The Mitchell Marauders improved to 7-4 overall. More importantly, 5-0 in league with 1 league game left to play in the regular season. But they have secured another league title. And for Woodland Park, they will finish 2-8-1, or they move to 2-8-1, 1-4. Next up for them, they will host Coronado in their last regular season game. For the student volunteers and staff of the Media Production Services Department, for my partner Walter Johnson, I am Barry Reed. Have a great night, everybody. If you'd like to own a copy of this or any of the action, 3 ways to order coming up at the end of the credit. We invite you to stick around. 7 o'clock is kickoff. It's Doherty's homecoming, and they take on the Rock Canyon Jaguars.